Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Today we have Elissa Jane on the show. Think of Don Draper without the booze and womanizing. You got to love that line. She's a content marketing expert ready to tackle 2024 strategies and help you attract new clients. Elissa Jane is known for her quick thinking and strategic ideas. She's a mentor, coach, and supportive friend that you never knew you needed. I love that. Recently, she worked with Fusion 360's social media team, increasing brand awareness by 22.1% and generating over $243,000. Her expertise includes business solutions, digital marketing, and more. In 2020, she successfully rebranded her agency, ConvertGo Marketing, and witnessed significant growth. On a personal note, Elissa Jane holds a master's degree from Bard and takes pride in nurturing her entrepreneurial child. Join us today as Elissa Jane shares her insights on marketing success, brand building, and navigating the digital landscape. So without further ado, let's jump right in. What's up, Elissa?
What's up? It's so nice to see you, and thank you so much for having me. I am super stoked to get into it today and see what we end up talking about.
I love it. I love it. I love your bangs. I love your hair, by the way. I really do. They're
Thank
very.
you. Liv Franklin, Soku Swan, Denver. She's a magician.
I love it. I gotta love the small business shout out. I really appreciate that for sure. Um, I want to kind of jump right into some of your background. I've noticed that, kind of I looked at your bio, looked at all your stuff, of course. And it seems like you've been an independent and entrepreneur a lot longer than you've been at different agencies. So tell us a little bit about like freelancing, and how kind of your journey to having, the rebrand in 2020. I'm definitely very curious. What are your plans for ConvertGo?
Oh, so many things in a row. Okay, see if I can
Yes.
unpack it all. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, I've been freelancing, digital nomading, apparently fractional CMOing. Before it was cool. For close to 30 years, I have dabbled in between working at different agencies. I worked with Edelman and PR21 back in the day. I worked with different music agencies. I was the VP of a company called Green Galactic. I could go on and on, but somehow, somewhere in the mix, something happens, the economy crashes, 9/11, I could give you a list. And, most recently pandemic that ends up sending me back to being independent again. And I've been independent out of necessity to create a job for myself. I also want to say, and to all the women who are out there who are mommies, I actually got sacked from a job because my kid was homesick. So I wanted to work from home and they were like, you don't work from home. And I'm like, well, F that or fuck that. I am going to create my own job again and be freelance. So I've done it out of necessity to create a job that works with being a mom. And my kid's 21, doesn't need me anymore, or whatever lifestyle choices. But a lot of it had to do with being a woman in marketing, and they expect you to be there 16 hours a day. And I
Mm-hmm.
needed a schedule that allowed me to like put my son on the bus in the morning and make him breakfast. That seems like a priority worth wanting to have. So, and also working from home wasn't cool until 4 years ago. I mean, it's been
Right.
cool to me, but a lot of employers were not into that. I was edgy. I was something different. And when everybody started working from home, I was like, and they're all talking about the various stressors of working from home. I'm like, I've got the Pomodoro method. I got this hacker's book. I have all these tricks. Like, let me know if I can help you. I've been working from home for 20 something years at that time. So, ConvertGo Marketing is actually kind of like, this is the just like I have hit a certain age in my life, my marketing agency had hit a certain age, and 2020 happened. I used to be called Chill Media North, super cool, hip, fun, edgy, nichey. But when 2020 hit and everybody was freaking out, I wanted to make my brand more accessible to more kinds of companies. I didn't want to be, I mean, I'll always personally be edgy and nichey, and cool and hip and whatever, but I wanted to attract different kinds of clients and it worked. Um, April of 2020 was my most abundant year in 16 years, or however long it had been from 2006 to 14 years. So sorry. Math is clearly not my strong suit. So I'm not an accountant. So April of 2020 was my most abundant year in 16 years. That's crazy. And it's because the rebrand attracted more kinds of clients, and we did a lot of work creating e-commerce businesses and helping people digitize their brick and mortar retail businesses. I became a person, like people kept recommending me to the other friend. My other friend has a store and she doesn't know what to do. And we just kept building like e-commerce sites. I had to bring in consultants and help. It was amazing. So, and I've been just riding that wave, with a lot of gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With a lot of gratitude that I've been able to manifest business consistently since then, and only get bigger and bigger.
That's amazing. So, is that really where your main focus is right now? Is like e-commerce brands?
No, actually not. Our jam, my jam, has always been organic. Well, not always, but for a good long time, I'm kind of known as the social media chick, like organic branding, brand management, brand creation, content marketing, copywriting, um, creating content. Websites just fall into that mix. And I have a little team of people and we build websites together. And I've been building websites since 1996. And um, it's just kind of part of the whole collateral design process. So I've done a ton of e-commerce over the past 30 years for sure. But it's definitely not our only focus.
And so, and you're in Denver, is that correct?
I am. I'm in Rhino, which is the coolest neighborhood in Denver. We have a lot of like, it's very industrial here, so lots of graffiti and street art, and a
Nice.
lot of chef owned and operated businesses, restaurants, and independent businesses and art galleries. It's super cool here. It reminds me a lot of old school Brooklyn.
Nice. You had me at graffiti. I love graffiti. Civil disobedience, like beautiful civil disobedience. What more could you ask for, honestly? I love
If you go on my TikTok, which I encourage you to do, it's the 1111 Empress.
it.
Um, please go on you'll see me walking back and forth. I walk in all the alleyways around the neighborhood and you'll see all the graffiti behind in my TikTok videos. It's all like literally just outside my house.
I'm definitely gonna check that out. I will definitely check that out. So tell me what makes what it's kind of a two-part question. What makes Convert Go different than the other agencies? I would say in Denver, or is your business really like all over, or are you primarily based?
Yeah, we serve clients all over the country. I did have an international client at one point in 2013 that was long-standing, and I guess Fusion 360 was also a international client. I worked on that, but we really prefer clients in the U.S. That's just my jam. But they do not have to be located here. I'd love to get more Colorado clients. I'm all about like creating a local economy. But I have a lot of clients still in New York from when I lived in New York, and we have clients all over the country who find us. So our sweet spot would be independent entrepreneurs, founders, creatives, and startups. That is where my sweet spot lies. I think the reason I personally love that is that it's fast paced and it's moving, and there's a lot of entrepreneurial um, brainstorming that we're doing together, that it's not just straight marketing. I've certainly worked for some very, very, very big corporate companies, but there's a lot of flexibility and fun, and I get to wear that many more hats with a much smaller company on the verge of something, creating something, that kind of stuff.
Yes, as a small business owner, you're a little bit more nimble and agile. You can make those decisions faster, and you might be willing to take more risks because you can pivot quicker. You can recover quicker than like a large organization, where it costs a lot of money to create that momentum or that campaign at all.
Yeah, I would say that too. And what's interesting too about the team of people, because I've put a little team together, it's not just me, is that all of us have a lot of time in the business. A lot of we are very seasoned and we've all worked on very big accounts and for big agencies. So you get big agency service from us. Like all of us have experienced that, but we've been able to streamline what we offer you for like a fraction of the cost. I mean, I worked for Edelman, the biggest
Right,
PR agency in one of the biggest in the world. And
right.
I know all the ways that they fluff up your invoice. And I can cut all that out, still give you the experience and the smarts and the service of a big agency without you having to spend that. So we all have yeah. So we all have that experience, like I could name, big, big brands that we have all collectively worked on. And my number two gal, she also has 20, 30 years in the industry and has worked for
Right.
big media companies and stuff. So when we talk about stuff, we talk, it feels like sometimes like I'm in this big agency meeting, but I know that we're able to streamline it because it's just us and we just know like what you really need. You don't need all that stuff. You just need action and these next steps.
I love that. I think a lot of the agency models are dying. I think smaller agencies are still going to do well, but I think the bigger agency model, because I'm just seeing a lot of turnover in the employees in the bigger agency, so they can't deliver the quality of the product that they would like to because they don't have the people to do the work. And so it's just a lot of no, 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 we can't do that. And I think a lot of people are really getting sick of spending so much money every month to be told, no, we can't do that so many times. So I think people are going to be a lot smarter with their money and prefer to work with smaller agencies because you get people like you who actually care about the success of the work you're doing. You're not just like going to pawn it off into the machine. It's like it's you. You are the brand. It's your word. It's your service. So I think people are going to be really wise to be spending their money on more personalized, smaller companies like yours. Honestly,
Yeah, and it's also why I'm moving into more of a coaching model. I'm putting a lot more classes and courses together. I do what I call a hybrid coaching package that's becoming increasingly popular. People are feeling more empowered to do their own marketing, right? So I come in and coach them on how to do it. Like this week, I have a meeting with a group of realtors, female realtors. I work with anyone, but I love working with women the most, just saying. But I have a group of female realtors who want me to come in and teach them how to make content. So I'm going to go every week for two
that's
months
awesome.
and teach them how to design content, but not just like here's Canva and here's how to use a template, but the pillars of content, 3 E's, how to schedule, how to look for hashtags, how to look at your data. Like it'll be more comprehensive. And then if they want me to keep, which happens like once a month to do some maintenance and see how they're
Right.
doing and give
Yeah.
them coaching. And I'm very excited to empower entrepreneurs and creatives. And I work with a lot of real estate people who are the most entrepreneurial. I love real estate people, especially real estate people like these women that I'm working with. And I have another real estate client that I've had since 2015, since
Nice.
2015. So, that kind of coaching stuff, it feels really good to me to empower someone else. And so a lot of our work is moving in that direction. And I'm
Nice.
into it,
Nice.
really into it.
Nice. I love it. I like the teaching model too. So I like that. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Well, it's also a way
Okay.
for people to save money too, right? You talked about, entrepreneurs and smaller businesses. There's a lot of people now like, starting a business out of their house and making
Right.
something and selling it on TikTok shop. And they don't have, the kind of money to spend on an agency, but they have enough money to get a coach. And so I am totally open and excited to be that person for people.
I love it. I love it. All right. So
Me
now
too.
we're
It's
heading
super fun.
into our lightning round portion of the podcast. Are you ready for the lightning round?
Okay, bring it on.
Okay. All right. So they're like not terribly long questions. So answer the fastest you can, but not
Okay,
one word.
I'm
All right.
terrible at this, but I'm
Okay.
down.
It's
Okay.
okay. That could be fun too. So, all right. Number one, if you could peek into the future of content marketing and see one game changing trend, what would it be and how can people prepare for it?
I want to know ahead of time what the next TikTok or the next Facebook or the next Instagram is going to be, like whatever the social media channel is going to be. I want to know now so that when I invest in it, like when it pops up, I invest in it fast. There are so many threads I barely use and some Novo and
Clubhouse.
Lemonade. Like, oh
Yeah.
God, remember Clubhouse? That was, it came and went.
Barely.
Like, I
Yeah.
want to know. So because every time there's a new social media program, I sign up immediately and start using it. And I try to be active in all of them. But if I know ahead of time, no, 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 this, and we can't say X because we know what that is now. So this fill in the blank is the next big thing. I want to know that before it launches. So when it launches, I become an early adopter and I'm in there and I can like blow myself up quickly. That would be awesome.
I love it. Number two, if TikTok really goes away, what do you think will happen in social media? Do you think people will go back to Instagram and Facebook, or do you think something new is coming?
Yeah, great question. I know that TikTok is working on a new social media platform that kind of competes with Instagram. That is a separate platform that they're developing. I think that they'll come up with some workarounds or a new platform that's owned by them that people will jump to or they can transfer our accounts to. I don't think the ban's going to work. I feel like there will be enough workarounds and loopholes that this ban thing won't work, but I'm pissed about the ban. Like if you look on my account, I definitely post about it. I am pissed about it. It's totally fakaka, and I could end up taking up the entire podcast talking about that. But if it does go away, let's say that, it really does get voted out and shut down, something else will pop up. Remember Vine?
Right. I
You
love
know,
Vine. Right.
yeah, I know, right? Well, Vine was a lot like the precursor to TikTok. Something
For
else will
sure.
pop up. Everyone will jump to another account. Something else will happen, because more and more people are falling in love with having the ability and empowerment to reach people directly and make a connection. And you
Yeah.
can't do that with Facebook. I love Facebook. I use it a lot. I have a lot of contacts, but
Right.
you can't do that with Facebook. You can't do that with Instagram in the same way. So
Right.
something else will come out of it because something else always does. But I also know that TikTok is trying to like create a new platform under a new corporation with a new thing right now to compete with Instagram. And I'm very curious. Like my eyeballs are wide open on that.
Well, we will see. We will see what happens. Okay, number 3. Can you share a top tip for acquiring new clients in today's competitive market?
The number one thing I got to say is mindset. If you're
Mm,
walking around saying cancel, 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 it's really hard to get clients, cancel, 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 then it is. If you walk around like I'm the shit and people need me and I have something to offer and you stay in that lane, there's enough business for everyone. I feel so bad for people who say I can't get business, cancel, 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 because that's not the that's not the case. You just need to change your mindset and your offerings. Like I just talked about the coaching thing,
hmm
that's coming out of an obvious need for, okay, I see more and more people wanting to be empowered to do it themselves. How can I help them do that? And still
Exactly.
create lots of revenue for everyone. And there's enough business for everyone. They keep printing money. Okay. It does not matter what they say about the economy. They keep printing money in that Franklin Mint in DC. Like money keeps coming. So you just have to figure out how you're going to navigate your business and change your business model and change your mindset and the way you present yourself to get that business to come to you.
I love that. We're gonna make a whole
Me too.
clip out of that one. That was a good one.
Yay. Do it.
Alyssa Jane, you're amazing. I love you. All right.
Yeah. I love you too.
This is
I'm
a
going to
good
Costa
one.
Rica now.
I love it. I'm here for it. Let's go. Okay, number 4. What is the best example of content marketing that you have seen this year? I know we're only a couple months in, but 2024 specifically.
Oh gosh. Okay. My standby answer is always Oreos. I look at Oreos content a lot. That's not for 2024. That's just in general. I check the Oreos social media very regularly. I think that they have nailed it for years and it's a great one to look at. Um, who has nailed it for 2024? I would say that independent people who've made themselves into influencers that are regular people that just found a niche and went for it. There are people that I follow on TikTok that like have a message and they're just super fucking awesome at putting it out there. And whether they're selling a course or a t-shirt or an idea or just themselves, whatever it is, I think that has been the most interesting thing to watch. So Oreos is my academic one that I always show my students, that I always check in on, that like I always see what they're doing because that's like, as far as corporations go, a great one to look at. But I would say that the thing that I'm like obsessed with is watching specific no name creators. I mean, they have a name now that they've
Right.
created for themselves, but no name being that they started from nothing and they aren't necessarily a corporation or anything. And they're just killing it, making themselves a brand. I just love that. And I think that's so cool. And I'm obsessed with that right now.
I agree. I follow a few people and it's like they create all their content from their living room with like messy buns, sometimes with makeup, sometimes not, but like they don't even leave their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a good message and the smart ones have a product to go with it. But yeah, I mean, what a time to be alive. I definitely
It's
appreciate
awesome.
that. I do too.
It's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay, number 5. What is the worst example of content marketing you've seen in 2024?
I love getting in trouble, but do I want to go in trouble here? The worst, I would say that I am having fun watching um, creators, not creators, businesses really fumble trying to be TikTok people. Um, I would say that like watching like celebrities and business people, I mean, I could make fun of Jennifer Lopez for the rest of my living days, watching her in that documentary and like her just fumble brings me a lot of joy. I don't relish seeing women fall down, but she's a former client of mine for one project. It's not like for a long time. And she was the meanest, shittiest, terriblest person to me and my team. She was like hours late. It was a press thing. The press people were there, were like begging them to stay. And I'm going
Right.
off on a tangent. So watching her and her fumble right now with that that what she make that music video love story. I have not watched it, so I
Me
cannot speak on
neither.
it. But watching that fumble so hard does bring that spiteful mean girl in me a little bit of joy.
I
I'm sorry. That's
mean, she
probably not
started
the
it.
answer you wanted.
No, it
Oh yeah.
was. It was
I mean,
better than I could have hoped for, honestly.
yeah,
Are you
sorry.
kidding
I
me?
mean, but that, and also it's really fun seeing companies trying to figure out how to adopt short form video and failing at it. Hire me. I will show you how to look
Right.
authentic on TikTok. Stop
For
doing what you're
real.
doing. Your ad agency is clueless.
I agree. And honestly, I'm down for talking shit about Jennifer Lopez because I have a strict policy of not feeling sorry for millionaires. So have at it. You know what I mean? Have at it.
Well, she's very mean. I mean, she's truly like, I've worked with a lot of people. She is so
It
mean, like
it's
deeply mean.
always interesting when you work with celebrities because it's like some of the ones you really want to be nice a lot of times aren't. And then some people are just so insanely nice and genuine and you're like, wow, it gives you hope in humanity that people like that exist, but there's always the flip side, right? So
On
each
the flip side, Lenny Kravitz is having such a comeback on TikTok. He can shake that 50 something year old ass all day long on TikTok. This Gen X chick is here for it. And he was actually on the same charity project that I was just talking about. And he was a delight. He was delicious and lovely and wonderful to work with and kind and sweet and awesome. So talk about the other side of it. I am loving his comeback on TikTok right now. Like yummy. Keep doing it. You don't need a shirt. Keep going.
yeah, keep
Lenny
a shirt
Kravitz.
at home, Lenny.
Yummy,
I'm
yummy,
Gen
yummy.
X as well. My first concert was Blind Melon and Lenny Kravitz. So I am here for it. I
Nice.
am definitely here for it. Okay.
Impressed.
All right, number 6. What do you think will be the biggest medium in content marketing this year?
The biggest medium. I mean, everyone's trying to make videos longer. Like, oh, we're going to go back to long form videos. But you and I talked right before this podcast about how nobody wants to listen to just me blabbling for 30 minutes. Why on earth are you going to watch a 30-minute video about anything? So I would say that short form video is going to keep having its moment, and it's not done yet. I would say that that's the stickiest, most interestingest, and also this authentic marketing. Like I'm
Mhm.
loving that someone who looks like me with no makeup on can get up on TikTok and talk and I will get engagement. That I don't have to be like, and I know you're blonde, but skinny and blonde with like just a bikini bottom and like holding a cup of coffee in like
Right.
some unrealistic photo.
Tulum or
That
something. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I actually have a camper van rental business, so I'm in the van life um
Right.
world, and I felt so cruddy that I was making all this content when like my content wasn't getting views because I don't look the
Right.
part. But now I do because I'm a human being and it doesn't matter. So I
Right.
love that authenticity, body positivity, um, what age you are, what you look like isn't as important as how authentic you are. And I love that for social media so much. I think it's so much more what we want. And I think that really comes out of, again, going back to the pan, the which is still going because people are staying in COVID, but during
Right.
lockdown time is that people wanted that authentic connection. And this
Hmm.
is why TikTok did so well, is that, I look into my phone and I tell you something about what's happening and I'm making eye contact with you and telling you something. And you on the other end of that line are like, oh my God, yes. I feel
This
like
is
you
for
and I just
me.
had a FaceTime call.
Exactly.
I think that that's not done.
I don't think so either. I think I agree with you. I agree with you. All right. So now we're moving on to our next segment of the show. This one should be
Okay.
fun. I think you will like this. So I call this
This
one
whole thing has
real.
been fun.
I mean, I love it. I love it. It's been fun for me too. This is a great conversation. I love the mindset. I loved a lot of your answers. Honestly, we're good
Oh,
stuff.
awesome.
Really good stuff.
Please give me an A at the end. I was not a very good
I,
student in high school. So any opportunity that I can get A's now, I can look at my teachers from high school and be like, fuck you, I get A's now.
I'm gonna give you an A plus and a purple sparkly pen. That's what I'm doing. Okay, because that's what you
Yes,
deserve.
yes, 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 yes.
Maybe a little highlighter, a little graffiti 3D lettering to go with it. So,
Oh, fun.
okay,
Okay.
all right. So, real or fake? I'm gonna list off some podcast names, and you're gonna tell me if you think they're real or fake.
Okay. I'm going to be terrible at this, but let's do it.
It's gonna be great. Okay, number one, TikTok business addict.
Real.
It is. It is real. You got that one right. All right. Next
Yeah.
one. Too old for TikTok.
It should be real, but I don't think it's real.
It's real, if you can believe that.
Okay. Yeah.
Next one. TikTok won't stop.
God, these sound more like slogans than podcast names. Um, I'm going to go with fake.
It's fake. I made that one up. You got that one right.
Okay.
All right. And then one more. TikTok theology.
I wish that was real, but I think it's fake.
It's real.
Oh, cool. You have to send me the link because I actually want to see that or hear that or listen to it or whatever.
I know. I was curious myself. I was like, interesting. Let's go deep on TikTok.
Like an academic TikTok podcast.
Like
I just picture some guy like, like in a professor sweater with the patches.
right. Let's dive into TikTok. The fact that there's podcasts about TikTok is blowing my mind, to be honest. Like it feels very meta, but what are we gonna do? Apparently, there's a market for it. There's a lot of podcasts with the word TikTok in it. A lot. Now,
Interesting.
10% of them are active out of the whole lot. So that active podcasts and podcasts are two very different conversations, right?
Interesting. Okay.
Exactly. So, all right. And then I have one more segment for you. It's our wild card question, and I think you're going to like this one. So,
okay.
If you had an unlimited content marketing budget that could catapult and launch anything into the social media stratosphere, what outrageous yet effective piece of content would you send flying?
I actually have a good answer for this. So I'm working right now on this new coaching mindset business called the 1111 Empress. I started it 2 years ago with a coach who was, I'm not going to get into it, got icky. And then I was like, I don't know, but I'm really working on it now and making it like a thing. And, if I could catapult like anything into the stratosphere, it would be that. Like, I would
Nice.
love to see my 1111 Empress community that I'm about to launch go fucking nuts and lots of people come and join. That would be amazing. Somehow, despite the fact that I haven't really done anything with it, I do have like a really decent email list that I discovered. Like I went into the website. I was like, who are these hundreds of people that sign up for this email list? That's amazing. I better get this going. Yeah, I would say like I get one piece of content you're saying, like one
Go
viral.
crazy. It's your world, Elissa Jane. You get as many as you want.
Okay. I get like one, it would be like to get as many people as possible into the 1111empress.com and into the community of wanting to participate and be a part of it. It's going to be entrepreneurs and creatives, like all the kinds of people I was talking about, but like a community where you can get together. I'm going to have classes in there on how to get clients, how to change your mindset, I also am going to be doing healings for businesses with toxic work environments. I'm a shaman in training, by the way. For real, like not like some, like I really am doing that. And apply those practices to helping people like change their relationship to money, change their relationship to abundance, live wherever they want to live, do whatever they want to do, start any business they want to start, be their own boss, create their own economy, break out of the, out of the matrix and just like create abundance for themselves, however success looks for them. So that is the mission. And if I had that one opportunity to just go super fucking nova, it would be to get people into that.
I love it. That's a fantastic answer. Well,
Thank you.
what is the best place if somebody has listened to this and they're super fired up and want to work with you, which I can't imagine why they wouldn't, right? What is the
Aw.
best way? I mean, see, I'm like, man, I want to work with Elissa Jane too.
Oh,
What
let's do it.
time
Let's
is
do
it?
it.
Let's go.
Well,
But
you
yeah, so
can book a free, yeah, you can book a free discovery call with me. It costs you absolutely nothing if you want to do the 1111 and Empress stuff and just like change your relationship to money, change your relationship to abundance, create abundance, start a business. The 1111empress.com. There's a book now button. It is literally free to talk to me for 45 minutes and it's going to be all about you. And I will listen. I will help you achieve a goal. Like you will leave that meeting feeling like you got a really legitimate coaching session. And that's on my 1111empress.com site. If you want to work with my marketing agency, we would love to help you blow up in a good way. Put a big fat spotlight on what you're doing, and that's www.convertgomarketing.com. And if you just want to like find me on LinkedIn and you want to be friends on LinkedIn, I do have a LinkedIn page. I accept pretty much everyone that wants to connect with me. I don't know why people are exclusive there. It is ridiculous. Like, it's a networking site. Let's network. You can find me Elissa Jane Mastel. It's just my name. It's easy to find me. I'm the only one. And, we can connect there and, network and do LinkedIn stuff. That's cool too.
I love it. Well, we will make sure to put all those links in the show notes so people can, if they're listening to this or watching this, they will have access to all those links in the text below. So that way they can connect with you directly. And 45-minute, like, coaching session for free is a really good deal, That's fantastic, honestly. And what a smart way, right, to show people what you're capable of and what's possible for them because you can't really do that on a discovery call, right? So I think that's a great
Yeah,
model.
it's a discovery. It's actually it's a 45-minute free discovery call. And in that call, you tell me your goals. You tell me, it literally says discovery call in the booking thing. So that's what it is. But I get
Yeah,
into like, I
45 minutes
brainstorm with
though.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get into it. I really, I don't hold back. Whatever you want to approach. I've helped people change their business models and come up with new things. Like we've done some really fun things on those calls. It's been really cool how many people have been booking them. And, if I get business out of it, then mission accomplished. And if I just meet some cool people, also mission accomplished. Like they're there to make connection and it's been really fun so far. I just launched that a few weeks ago and
Nice.
yeah, and it's been really cool. I've met so many different kinds of people who want to talk.
Yeah, I could dig it. I mean, I kind of fancy myself as like a fixer or the cleaner. Like I'm really good at like tell me everything and then I can like give you a lot of good output back and like perspective. You can't read the label from inside the jar. And I love that like sometimes people are like, "What's that face?" And I'm like, "No, I'm thinking." Cuz like I can really take a lot of information out and spit out some good ideas and solutions for people. And so I really enjoy that. Like I actually really enjoy that part of life and talking to people and connecting with people, even if they don't hire me, like you said. If you walked away from that conversation with a good idea, then I'm happy. I'm super happy.
And you never know. Like, by the way, I would love to offline maybe do that together sometime. I think that would be really fun. Share our skills and see how we can lift each other up. Um,
Totally.
yeah, I have a client right now that has been with me since July, and I originally talked to them 2 years ago, and they just weren't ready.
Right.
And when they were like, "We're not ready," and I'm like, "All right, cool," and we said goodbye. When they called me again a year later, what did I say? Great. you're ready. It happens sometimes where people talk to me, but they realize that they need more time to do whatever they need to do before they have a marketing agency.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going to happen out of these calls. Even if someone doesn't hire me that day, they may join my new community. They
Right.
may hire me in 6 months, or we might get married and run away together, and I might find my soulmate that way. You never know.
You
I'm
never
just kidding.
know. You
Oh,
never
that's
know.
creepy. That came off really creepy. Can you edit that out, man? So creepy.
Absolutely not. That was great. We got to have the creepy round. That was the creepy segment of the show. You get one pass.
Yay, I got creepy.
But that's so funny. Well, no, but you're right though. Like you just never know, and life is all about relationships. Like quality of your life is based on the quality of your relationships, and you just never know when that person can become your new best friend or a client or whatever, and or who maybe that person recommends you to some other people or mentions your names in rooms that you're not. You just I don't think that investment in
You,
people is ever a bad investment. I just don't. So
yeah, no, and everything you're saying is so true, and you really just don't know what's going to come out of it, and um, like I said, I'm on this earth, like my goal and my purpose on this earth is to help people make a fuck ton of money. I have figured out in my 30 years of being around, I'm really good at helping other people make money. I've helped so many entrepreneurs raise millions of dollars from angel investors and venture capitalists. I've helped so many people blow up their business and turn their business into a viable, big, even public company. Like I have done that so many times, and it's time to celebrate that and,
yeah.
just keep doing that for other people. Like if that is what I'm on this earth to do, then that's what I'm going to do.
Well, I love it. I can tell you do a very good job at that. So this has been an
Oh, you're
amazing
very sweet.
conversation. Thank you.
It's been
No,
so
thank you.
fun.
Yeah, this has been great. So, um, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up because we've gone a little bit long, which was great. I'm glad that we did. We're certainly, it's not television. We can do whatever we want, So,
All right.
yeah, they can't hold
I
us back.
cursed.
Nobody can tell us what to do.
You said I could
Um,
curse. I cursed.
I know you're the
I
first
went
person to curse
over.
more
I
than me.
cursed. Ooh, yay me.
You're my
You
people.
said
You're
I
my
could.
people. I love it. You're like rules, none. Cursing, yes. But you know what? Talk about being authentic, right? Like I'm the same way. The people who are attracted to your personality are gonna come find you now, and that's what you should do: is put out the type of person you are, because then you get people who are like, I fucking love you, and I want to work with you, versus people who are vanilla or uptight. They're not my people. They're not your people either, and that's super cool. There's plenty of that for them. Our people are the quirky, fun, want to make life beautiful and more interesting and make a lot of money at the same time. And so good on you for putting that out, because that's what you are, right? And it's
Thank you.
amazing. So thank you. Thank
Thank
you. Thank you.
you.
All right. So thank you for tuning in to Camp Content. This was a great episode. I definitely got some gems out of that. I hope you did too. If you found this content valuable, please consider commenting or liking the post on LinkedIn. And when you've seen it live, engagement goes a long way. So, and of course, hit up Elissa Jane, get that discovery call booked. You'd be crazy not to. I'm definitely going to book a call for sure. And I will keep you guys posted on that. But in the meantime, be excellent to each other and have a great week on LinkedIn. Thanks, everybody. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Camp Content. This is Molly.
And this is Matt.
And we are Heartcast Media, aka Camp Content, and we appreciate all of your support. If you found this content valuable, please comment on social media, LinkedIn, wherever you find us, and we will make sure to comment back.
And be sure to go on and subscribe and like on your favorite platforms, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, you name it. Leave us that subscription, leave us that good review.
We'll love you forever. So until next time, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you next week.
Produced by Heartcast Media.